Hi, I'm Joe Matthews. I'm 37 years old, live in Los Angeles, California. I just moved here about a year and a half ago from Philadelphia. I'm an interior designer. I've had my business for about 10 years, started it in Philadelphia, and I do now have clients in the Los Angeles area. I work in a showroom called Interior Illusions. I'm the designer for all the West Side properties. My expertise. My expertise is bringing a high-end environment on a relatively, I would say, like decent budget. A couple different ways to go about that would be, first, whenever you go into a space, you analyze the space. You look at all of the different architectural details. Those architectural details are great. You can play with those to bring out the personality of the space. Budget. Your clients are going to definitely be all over you about that. You got to be on their team. You have to make sure that you keep budget in mind with all of the different selections that you're making, and always try to save them money. They'll notice that. In turn, you'll get other clients from that. Creative vision. It's all about the creative vision. That's the reason why they're hiring you. You always want to keep it at a very cutting edge, avant-garde approach to the design. Think outside of the box. Through either color, through texture, through all of those architectural elements, making those pop. That's exactly what you want to do. Staging the environment. Staging the environment, I'm a firm believer. A lot of people that just need, we just need to do extremely high end. That's not the case. I'm from Philly, I'm from Indiana. I grew up on a cornfield on a farm. I'm quite simple, as you can obviously see from this space. I mix them all up. You can have a piece of high-end furniture, mix it with a piece of low-end furniture, and also mix it with a high-end or a medium-end piece as well. The high-end piece will make everything else look higher-end too. So at the end of the day, that's going to save the client money. Your budget's going to be on target. They're going to like the end result. The end result, either it be through an interior design project, or let's say you're staging a house to be sold. You can either go about it in a very neutral, kind of conservative approach, which you're probably going to get the dollar amount that you asked for. I, on the other hand, go extremely aggressive. I like staging an environment extremely aggressive because at the end of the day, you're going to get a better result. In turn, the homeowner's going to make more money from the sale. My favorite part of the job. I have so many different favorite parts of the job. Probably my favorite part of the job is working with my clients. A lot of my clients are suburban housewives. I would say suburban housewives, straight men that are married that like to wine and dine me for some odd reason. Some gay couples here and there. Straight guys, they want me to make a bachelor pad, so that way they can show it off to all their girlfriends. At the end of the day, they like me because I listen to them. I design their environment based off of their personality by getting to know them and getting to know exactly what they have in their head and bringing it to fruition. One thing that I can't stand about other designers, like I'm going to tell you a little story. Whenever I first moved here, of course, whenever I get a job, where are you going to get a job, okay? You got to work for another designer and you kind of get the lay of the land in terms of all of the product, what manufacturers are local, all of the contractors that use, etc. So being that I was on my own for 10 years, I really didn't want to work for somebody, but I had to. So we were at a project. He had this guy, gay guy, single, child, the kid was 3. Dog, cat with claws, very important. So the environment, we had white leather sofa right here, two white leather chairs on each side over here, and a white shag rug with all very natural organic pieces that kind of floated on top of it for all of the case goods. I looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? Why are you using all of this color scheme? I know that you love white, but with all of those different elements that are in that house every day, why would you put a dog on a white rug? Why would you put a cat that has claws with anything leather, especially a leather sofa? That cat is going to destroy it, especially because that cat has destroyed the sofa that he currently has. The kid, come on, he's going to have little crayons all over this stuff. It's going to get ruined. At the end of the day, you know what he said? He said he didn't care. Because in 3 years from now, who are they going to call? They're going to call him, and he's going to probably make some more money. I just shut my mouth because I really wanted to give him one of those. But at the end of the day, I was like, this is my job. I have to be quiet. I can't put my view out there, but a client hires a designer because you need to be on their team. Bottom line. I'm always on their team. That's why they love me, and that's why I get referred from all of my clients. So, challenges. God, there's challenges every day. They can range from manufacturing defects, shipping damage. It's the procurement process. That's probably my largest challenge because there's so many different things that can go wrong. It can go wrong as soon as it leaves China or Europe, the thing's in the wrong box. Let me think here. Discontinued items, items that are back ordered, whatever it may be. That's the biggest challenge because at the end of the day, that's going to mess up your installation date. It's going to delay the process of whatever it may be. If you're selling a property, whatever it may be. So at the end of the day, that's probably the biggest challenge. But even though you want to rip out your hair and you gotta take it with a smile and just move on. So difficult client, God. Most of my clients are pretty nice. Maybe it's just because I'm a really nice guy. Who knows? But there's one client in particular I would say that was quite difficult. They were extremely high maintenance, had a home in Philadelphia, a condo in New York, and I designed a whole entire sectional for them exactly to the specs of what they wanted to, the level of comfort that they required, and at the end of the day, this $12,000 sectional, I had to eat because it was in their environment for about 2 weeks, and they're like, Joe, it's not comfortable enough. We said we wanted modern and comfortable. Well, hold on here. Whenever you put modern and comfortable in the same sentence, they really don't go together. I think what you really wanted was this word called transitional, because modern sofas tend to be a little bit more on the firm side. So what happened? I really, like I said, I really wanted to say that to the client, but you say that to the client, you eat the sofa, and in return, you get more referrals. So that's my difficult client story. Let me see here. Why I'm an expert. 3 different things. I have 10 years of experience in the industry. I also have traveled to international and domestic markets, from High Point to Las Vegas to the America's Mart. I've been to just tons of different shows, so that would be that point as well. Let me see here. What else? The third one. Hey, I work in this environment. This is probably considered in Los Angeles the most cutting-edge design house that's open to the public, also open to the trade. Jeff Lewis comes in here all the time and shops for his television show, and we are like the go-to for celebrity makeovers, and we do a hell of an amazing job staging for properties. Why will people like me on TV? I haven't really, let me see here, I haven't been on TV. Well, why do my clients love me? I can probably say that that's why clients that would be watching me from a television would probably do the same thing. So, it would be my personality. I've got a great personality. I've got an overall kind of image that is all-American. I'm very talented with my trade, and also at the end of the day, all of the different things that I'm going to say on a television show for staging a property or designing a home, it's very easily attainable. Clients that are watching the television can do those things from home, which are very important because they need to be able to, it needs to be easily accessible. They need to be able to do it themselves. And just everything that I'm going to say, I can easily show them. And also, I'm not arrogant. I might work in an environment like this, but I kind of keep to my senses. I'm from Indiana. I'm kind of relatively simple. I mean, look, I am relatively simple, right? This client of mine, I just went to Glendale about a week ago. Sat down with him, gave him the whole entire pitch, and he it was interesting. Very kind of quirky. Wasn't really sure how the end result was going to be, even if we would really click. But he was like, Joe, guess what? You have the job. and I was like, oh, wow, what did I do? And he goes, well, you have the job if you give me the right price. And I go, okay, why? And he goes, I met with 2 other designers. They extremely turned me off. They were arrogant. They were egotistical. They did not listen to me. They were telling me how unbelievably expensive this renovation of the house is going to be after I specifically told them what my budget I had in mind. Now, granted, he told me his budget. It's very easily attainable. We have to be very creative in terms of the materials that are used, but we can do it. And he said, at the end of the day, your ego and your, I don't know, your professionalism, but also just your demeanor. That's why I can see myself working with you for years to come. I can see myself telling my friends about you and actually being like genuinely, giving a genuine referral. So that's kind of how, why I feel that people on television would like and consider me a go-to, because they'll plug in because they see something that they believe in, and also that they enjoy watching. So just to kind of wrap up here, again, my name is Joe Matthews, you know, Mr. Congeniality here, and basically, if you just stick with a couple of the things, whenever I mentioned you going into the space and just analyzing the space, going into the budget, hitting the budget, that's the number one thing, making sure that that is your top priority, and being on their team, having a creative vision. They are hiring you for that, so think outside of the box. Staging, using high-end, low-end, medium, make it work, save your clients money, and the end result, always be aggressive toward the approach, because the client is going to love it whenever their bank account has more money in it, end of the day. Have a good night.